To už jsem někde viděl tady ten klip, kámo. A ne jednou. Pičo. Zajímalo mě, co tam ale říkali, vole. Jaká tam byla konverzace předtím, než to tam všechno rozmátil, kámo.
After winning Worlds in 2012, Curtis, also known as his gamertag Toys, would continue his esports career until eventually retiring in 2017.
Hrál tu Oriánu furt na těch Worlds. To tam nikdo nehrál, jenom on to tam hrál, myslím, že.
4 years later, he would be arrested and accused of forming a drug syndicate involving
Jo, on prodával trávu vlastně, že?
his friends. Reportedly, he was caught after Taiwanese police posed as drug buyers, and 7 of his other associates were also arrested. He was selling THC products through the internet. In June of 2022, Toys pled guilty to drug trafficking. I will say though, you know the meme that goes something like, "Look at my lawyer, I'm going to jail"? Toys' lawyer kind of threw him under the bus. Reportedly, the lawyer tried arguing that Toys simply didn't know that he was breaking the law. He said, quote, "Toys has only a middle school education."
Právník to posral. Ten právník říkal jenom to, že nevěděl, že porušuje zákon, vole. Tak to je ta největší blbost, co mohl udělat ten právník, protože jako neznalost zákona neomlouvá nikdy, že jo.
Basically saying, Your Honor, my client did something illegal, but he didn't know it was illegal. A weird defense, because after a quick Google search, you can see that any marijuana substance is just as illegal in Hong Kong. Now, as of today, it appears Toys hasn't been imprisoned or deported. From translating his videos and comments on the topic, it's hard to tell what's going on because he seems to joke about the situation a lot. But it does seem he went through a rehab program issued by the judge and 3 months of prison. I'm unsure.
Já jsem viděl před pár dnama, že ho zavřeli, ne? Nevíte, že to někdo?
However, if the case is closed, because the worst case scenario for his crime could have been up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to 5 million new Taiwan dollars. That is equivalent to 180,000 US dollars. Chinese policeman accidentally caught wanted man while playing League of Legends. Then later, when the officer was walking by the player's computer, he took a look at the player and did a double take when he recognized that this challenger player was actually a man wanted by his police department for a recent civil assault case. The officer then called for backup, and eventually the challenger player's identity was verified and he was arrested. But to make matters more interesting, allegedly they waited around for the wanted man's game to finish before arresting him. I guess hope in humanity isn't quite lost yet. But it is funny to note that the player would have never been fined or arrested if it wasn't for the fact that he was challenger. Another W for the low elo players. Now going forward, Aizen played in the LJL throughout 2016 to 2019. The LJL is Japan's major League of Legends competitive league.
Japonská liga.
However, a bit concerning, this is one pro gamer who actually had previous work experience. Aizen is an ex-police officer.
Come on, man, you know I hate cops.
And somehow it gets worse. After his esports career, he was currently also a lecturer at multiple high schools. Oddly enough, his last tweet before being arrested...
Nekalé aktivity s dětmi.
Now back to his arrest, I'm not quite sure what the conclusion of this story is. The few reports out there stated he was arrested, however, it seemed he is no longer in custody as less than a month later, and unfortunately it's very possible that he didn't get much of a punishment for his crime. In Japan, many sexual crimes carry short sentences. For example, if you are convicted of molesting someone in Tokyo, you can face a maximum prison sentence of 6 months.
Co? Za znásilnění 6 měsíců? Že byl prostě peďák, jako tam ten Japonec.
Bradley Edward Miller, white male, 24 years of age.
Ale asi jako nedostal pořádnej trest žádnej, protože to v Japonsku na to mrdají asi, nebo co?
However, despite actively being on a most wanted list, he still found time to do what's most important. play League of Legends. Why the f is King Vex in a game? Okay, apparently there's a chance it's not actually.
Že to je nějaký pro player jako. Počkej, on se jmenoval King Vex? Jo, to je on. To je ten Vex. A někoho znásilnil prostě, že? Asi. A byl jakoby na Most Wanted prostě, já nevím, plakátech nebo na čem, nebo prostě, nevím jak to funguje v Americe. To je jedno. A hrál během toho LoLko jako. Když se nedostavil k soudu, jo.
Him and someone stole his name. But that could also mean that he changed his name on his account to continue playing without being noticed. Anyway, unlike Bradley's Japanese counterpart, the US takes this kind of stuff very seriously. His offense was listed as a Class B felony. Class B felonies can put you in prison for up to 10 years. And I'm sure running away from the police adds a little bit of trouble to your case. Also, in case you're wondering, yes, if you get in trouble with the law, your professional League of Legends career is most likely over. The main example we have of this is back in 2017. The player VÉZENÍ, who was a somewhat popular player, played in the LCS and LPL, publicly had a domestic dispute.
To si nepamatuju vůbec. On hráli proti TSM, koukej, vole. Zhao Wei Zhao, proti ním je Dyrus, Amazing, Bjergsen, Wild Turtle a Last Boy. Jo, to je 2014, to je ta stará mapa. To byl poslední rok, kdy byla ta stará mapa. Že jo? To už jsem někde viděl tady ten klip, kámo. A ne jednou.
Allegedly, this was all resolved, and the girlfriend told the police he never hit her, despite the audio
Nikdy nedal ránu, ale všechno tam rozmrdal.
of the stream being pretty bad.
Tak kdo ví, jestli nekecala třeba, že? Třeba jí dal do držky, kdo ví. Zajímalo mě, co tam ale říkali, vole. Že co mezi něma jako... Jaká tam byla konverzace předtím, než to tam všechno rozmátil, kámo.
Soon after the altercation, his team announced that he had been removed from the team. Later, Riot themselves also made a statement. In this, they placed a 20-month ban on VÉZENÍ from competing in professional League of Legends. The ban would end in January 1st, 2020. Obviously, we are far past that date, and despite the ban being lifted, that was the end of VÉZENÍ's professional career.
Na streamu prostě udělá bordel, ty vole, a skončí mu kariéra úplně, no.
In 2016, a regular player like you and I was arrested for calling his teammate mentally retarded. This happened in Taiwan, and allegedly the teammate who was insulted attempted to file a lawsuit against the player who called him bad words. And somehow, it worked.
Však mi to ty vole píšou každý den v solo queue, ne?
The judge took the case and
jsem mentálně retardovaný.
Said, with modern technology, online accounts are an extension of individual identities and therefore have the same rights. The player who was being toxic in chat ended up serving 30 days in jail. 30
dnů ve vězení? Puh. Za to, že někomu napíše, že je mentálně retardovaný. Tak se v pohodě, no. Celkem mazec, že u nás dostaneš víc let za krádež peněz, než za vraždu? Fakt? Já vím teda, že... Znáte Bulvátora a Matoxe třeba, že jo? Tady ze streamu. Tak oni znají nějakýho týpka, od nich z té vole vesnice. Tak tam nějaký týpek zabil svoji ženu a za 7 let se dostal z vězení ven, no. A normálně, my jsme tam měli sraz, že jo? A ten týpek jim tam pomáhal do nějaký bečky piva, ne? Prostě. Ten, co zabil tu ženu svoji. Jsem říkal, ty vole, co tady dělá, kurva? Oni říkali, on je v pohodě, on je hodnej úplně. Vůbec se ho nebáli nic, že? Jako věřili mu prostě. Že prej zabil, protože že mu nějak ukradla prachy strašně a že mu ho ještě podváděla nebo co a všechno možný, vole, nevím. Prostě mu dělala hodně zlé, no, tak jí zabil prej. A dostal nějakých 15 let nebo co. Ale že ho pustili dřív za dobrý chování. Takže za 7 let byl venku, no. Že jako v té v Česku, kámo, za vraždu se dostaneš docela rychle ven z vězení, no. V Americe ti dají ty vole trojnásobný životní trest, že? Tam ti dají třeba 200 let. 30 dnů ve vězení za to, že někomu řekne, že je postižený. No jako je to přepal, že docela, bych řekl. Docela úlet, no.